Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy again, Dyl Talks Sports. This is Week 18 NFL preview. We're gonna have two videos today, just because I've been lacking holiday. You know how it be, man. But really excited for this week, last week of the regular season before the playoffs, which I'm really looking forward to. After this week, we're gonna get a playoff, breakdown bracket. Have it broken down for y'all. What I think is gonna happen, predictions, tips, tricks. But we're also going to go week by week. So we're going to have a full breakdown and then week by week. But this is Week 18 NFL preview. Really excited for this. Check out the videos tomorrow. We're going to have a college football bowl game breakdown to this point and then college football playoff because, Georgia's game got postponed. So then we'll have the Final Four and then we'll break down the other bowl games as well. A couple FCS teams as well. Riding with Montana State in that one. But anyways, let's kick it right off. The games start this weekend on Saturday. So the first game of the week is Browns-Ravens, which a lot of people might not think is a very important game. But if Baltimore loses and the Steelers win, that means that the Steelers will win that division and the Baltimore will be as a wild card. So kind of a lot riding on this game. I'm going to go with Baltimore. I don't think it's really a question. I think Baltimore's going to win this game just because, if they're at home, they got to win to keep, win that division and have the 3 seed as opposed to, I think they'd be the 6 seed. So really important game. We'll see what happens there. But we're riding with the Ravens. Lamar and them boys, they're favored by 18. I think that's a lot. I don't know if they'll win by 18, but they're going to win this game pretty handily. Next game, which is a really, really, really important game. We got Cincinnati versus Pittsburgh. So for this game, it's important for, I guess, both teams more so. The Steelers, if they win the Ravens play early in the day. So if the Ravens lose and the Steelers win, the Steelers are going to get the 3 seed. Ravens are going to fall. If the Ravens win, the Steelers are locked into the playoffs, but whatever their seed is. So this game would mean a lot more for the Bengals. So this week, I'm going to go with Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati, has a lot to play for because they have to win to get into the playoffs. If they lose, they got no chance. But for the Bengals to get into the playoffs, they have to win. The Broncos and the Dolphins have to lose. So they need a lot of things to go their way to get into the playoffs, which, I don't think any team wants to see the Bengals in the playoffs. So, with the Chiefs sitting their starters, I don't know who Miami plays yet, but we'll see who Miami plays. But anyways, I just think the Bengals are going to win this game, man. I think they're a better team. I don't think the Steelers are that good this year. The only thing about the Steelers is they're at home, divisional game. Always, they're always going to win. Want to play hard for that game. And if the Steelers can keep a divisional team out of their playoffs, they'd love to do that. That's the goal, again, I'm riding with Cincinnati in this game. I think they're still going to win that game, but it's going to be a tough game, and I think it could happen in a way that a lot of people don't think. So we're riding with Cincinnati in that game. Joe Burrow, them boys having a career, Jamar Chase and them. So next game we got is Atlanta versus Carolina. So I'm riding with Atlanta in this game because if Atlanta wins and Tampa Bay loses, they win that division and they make the playoffs. So it's a really important game for them. I think Michael Penix has shown that he's a good quarterback. It's in Atlanta, so I like Atlanta in that game. I think Michael Penix has proven a lot. Bijan, them boys, Drake London, really good teams. So we're riding with Atlanta in that game. They got a lot to play for. Panthers really don't have much to play for except pride and keep a divisional opponent out of the playoffs. But other than that, nothing really. Next game we got is one of my favorites. We got Commanders-Cowboys. I'm riding with the Commanders. Shout out my boy Adam Peters. So hyped to talk to you, brother. I'm so thankful for the opportunity. But we're riding Washington, man. Jaden Daniels has proven that he's him. Terry McLaurin is having an amazing year, 1,000 yards this year. So we're riding with Washington. I just think they're on a hot streak. They're going to the playoffs really hot, and that's another scary thing for the NFC. I think the NFC is more wide open than people think it is. I think they think it's top heavy, but I think a lot of the teams that are lower level are scary and getting hot at the right time. So we're riding with Washington in that game. I don't really think that's a tough one for that. Next game, Bears and Packers. If you keep seeing me looking down, I'm writing these teams down so I can keep track and give you guys a good breakdown. So it's not a question. I'm going fucking Green Bay, man. I'm not riding with the fucking Bears until The Bears fucking fired McCaskey's, or you can't fire a fucking owner, which is so stupid, but get him the fuck out of Chicago. Send him fucking away. I'm so done with them, man. They're such a disgrace and embarrassment. Chicago deserves better than you fucking bums being a bunch of coaches. Same with fucking the Bulls, same with the fucking Cubbies, the White Sox, all of them, man. Get the fuck out. All these owners, the Bulls have some leeway because they were so dominant with MJ. Go anyways. But we're riding with the Packers, man. Jordan Love plays amazing against shitty teams. I think they already clinched the playoffs, so it doesn't really matter. And the Bears, what are they playing for? Might as well lose and get a better pick, honestly. So we're riding with Green Bay. I don't think Chicago has much to play for. Caleb, isn't that bad. Caleb's having a pretty good year. What did he have this year? He has 3,400 yards, 19 touchdowns, 6 picks. So, you guys can say what you want about him, but he's not playing that bad. Next game we got is Tennessee versus Houston. This is really another game that doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. We're going with Houston. Tennessee stinks. I think Tennessee's probably the worst team in the league. They just don't have a quarterback, really. So Houston already clinched their division. They're locked into their seed. So Houston's not a team that I'm afraid of in the playoffs. I think they win this game, get to 10-7, which is always a good, any winning year is a good year, so you take it. But they just haven't been very good this year, as good as they have been. Again, they're having trouble with injuries, which is tough, especially on the offense end, but that doesn't help. Their O-line's healthy, and their D-line and their defense is still whatever. Their secondary is good. Stingley's, proven to be a good player and them, but pretty easy. I mean, tickets as low as $6, so if you want to go to the game, it's $6. Next game we got is the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Colts. I don't want to go with the Colts just because of what they did to me last week, but you got to think that. I mean, Jaguars are 1-7 on the road. Why would the Jaguars win? They don't want to play for a better draft pick. So we're going to go with Indianapolis. I think they win. They get to 8-9. Doesn't do much for them because they're out of the playoffs. But Jacksonville wants to lose. They get a better draft pick, better players. I mean, they could pick another receiver to go with Brian Thomas. Offensive line. We'll see what happens. Defense. So going Indy in that game. Anthony Richardson has a lot to prove still. Shane Steichen, I guess, is a coach as well. So we'll see what happens there. Next game is the Bills versus the Patriots. I know Josh Allen isn't really playing this game, so it's tough to give you a true pick on this one. I'm just going to go with the Bills because I think they're just a better team in general, even without Josh Allen out there. But it wouldn't surprise me if the Patriots win. I mean, the Bills are Josh, I know, starting just to keep his consecutive streak going, but he's probably only going to play the first quarter, I think, maybe even the first drive. So we're going to go with the Bills. Again, New England could win just because Bills aren't playing anybody really, trying to stay healthy for the playoffs and get healthier, I guess, with that rest. So we'll see what happens there. Buffalo, I mean, it doesn't really have any – they're locked into the 2 seed either way, but 14-win season would be great for them. Next game, another one that doesn't really particularly matter. We got the Giants and the Eagles. I think it might matter a little bit for the Eagles just because if the Lions or because I don't know if the Lions or the Vikings lose if they could get a better seed, but with Sirianni saying he doesn't know if Saquon's going to play, I'm assuming it doesn't matter that much. So we're riding with Philly in this game. I mean, Philly's just a better team, top to bottom. Giants, why would they win again? They're going to keep getting worse draft picks. I don't think that's very smart for them to do, especially because what do they have to play for? Eagles already in the playoffs. Like, you keep them to a lower seed, whatever. I don't think that does much for them. So, next game, Tampa Bay and New Orleans. This is actually an important game for Tampa Bay, so I'm going with Tampa Bay just because Tampa Bay has to win to keep to win that division and keep that seed to get into the playoffs. So Tampa Bay is getting hot at the right time. I think it's really important. I think they win that game. Baker Mayfield, them boys balling out. Top boys doing a great job down there. Mike Evans needs 85 yards to get to 1,000. I hope he gets it. We're gonna predict he gets it. So Ryan with Tampa Bay, I want them to get in the playoffs, and I'm more excited to watch Baker and them continue to grow and win those games and play better. So next game, Broncos Chiefs. This game isn't important at all for the Chiefs. It's everything for the Broncos. So we're going with the Broncos. Broncos win, they're in the playoffs. That's it. You win and you're in. That's all you got to do, Broncos. Win and you're in. You don't need anything to happen. You don't need anyone to win for you or lose for you. You just need to win. Chiefs are benching all their starters. A lot of their starters. Mahomes isn't playing. Again, I wouldn't want to see Carson Wentz because Carson Wentz in a good system isn't a bad quarterback. But maybe the Chiefs play hard to try to keep the Broncos out of the playoffs. But I think the Broncos got a lot to play for. They should have beat them whenever they played when they blocked the field goal. So we're going to go with the Broncos. They want to win this game, get in the playoffs, and prove that Bo Nix might be the best rookie quarterback besides Jane Daniels. So we'll see what happens there. But again, Bo Nix and Jane Daniels are perfect examples of what happens when you get put into a good system. Next game is the Chargers and the Raiders. We're going to go with the Chargers. I just think they're a better team. Raiders won last week, and, they're not playing that bad. But Chargers, they want to stay hot and get a kind of a rhythm going for the playoffs. So we're going easily with the Chargers on that game. Raiders aren't that bad. They want to – I don't know why. They want to keep winning again, get a better draft pick, try to get better players, and get better. Next game, you were wishing it was for the division. I don't know how it's not for the division, actually. If the Rams and the Seahawks both win, that doesn't do nothing? No, they already clinched the NFC West, I guess. Wow. All right, well, Seahawks, good fucking try, bums. Anyways, so I guess that game doesn't matter as much. So we got the Rams versus the Seahawks. I'm still going to go with the Rams. I don't think the Seahawks are that good. I mean, you only put up 6 points on the Bears, who are horrible. Again, their defense isn't that bad, but they still stink. So we're going with the Rams. Geno has 4,000 yards this year, which is – I can't believe he has 4,000 fucking yards. He has 4,000 yards, but only 17 touchdowns. Wow. So, gets the yards, but not getting the touchdowns. A lot of picks this year. So we're going with the Rams in that game. Next game we got is Miami versus the New York Jets. I'm riding with Miami in this game. Again, Miami's a team that they just need to win and the Broncos lose and they get in. That's all that needs to happen. They just need to lose or they need to win and Broncos lose. That's it. So if the Broncos lose, the Dolphins are in with a win. So a big game for them. I think it's really important that they're going to fight hard for this and try to get that win. I think they get it. I think the Jets are done. I don't know what's going to happen with Aaron Rodgers in the future. I think that they get rid of him. I don't know why they would, because are you going to get a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers? I also don't think he's the problem. I think it's just that team. But anyways, that's that one. Cardinals and 49ers, so San Fran versus Arizona. I'm going to ride with Arizona. I know they're both playing for nothing. I guess better draft picks, but Arizona's home. I just think they're going to win the game. San Fran showed me last week that they're not as bad. They've just had tough injuries all year, but I think Arizona's a better team, and they're just going to win this week. And then last one, probably the biggest game of the week, is the Sunday night game, which is Detroit and Minnesota for the 1 seed in the NFC. For the 1 seed in the NFC. What are we going to do? Oh, wow. I really, 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 really like how Minnesota's playing, but I got to go with Detroit. They got the experience. They're at home. You got to think that plays. I'm really excited to watch this game. Detroit's favored by 3. Tickets are really expensive to get in, so if you want to go to that one, you're going to have to spend some cash. But we're going with the Lions. I think it's going to be a good game. It wouldn't surprise me if Minnesota wins just because Sam Darnold's been balling. But Detroit's a better team. They got better talent overall. Vikings, though, they got a lot of talent as well. So we'll see what happens, though. We're running with the Giants. Wow, the Giants, the Lions. But anyways, this was Week 18 NFL preview. Last week of the regular season. Really, really, really excited for the playoffs, man. I'm hoping my team will get it done this year. We'll see what happens. We're posting 2 videos today. The first one's already up. That was Week 17 recap. This is Week 18 preview. College football coming tomorrow. We'll hit y'all with the Week 18 stuff next week. Playoff breakdown, college football playoff breakdown, all that stuff. But sorry for the delay. I've been back. Again, Happy New Year to y'all. Hope it's a great 2025. Hope all your dreams come true and you guys keep pushing towards your dreams and keep believing in yourself, because that's really what matters. That's why I'm doing this Dyl Talks Sports and keep grinding. This is Dyl Talks Sports, Week 18 NFL preview. God bless. Have a great day and Happy New Year, guys. Deuces.